The pitch to Stanton, swung on, and drilled deep to left field. There it goes! 21. That one is driven out to center field and deep. Going back, Springer on the track, looking up, see ya!
So, the Yankees have announced that they have fired 3 coaches today, or they will not be renewing the contracts of 3 coaches today, essentially meaning they have let these coaches go. They will not be returning for the 2022 season. That is hitting coach Marcus Thames, assistant hitting coach P.J. Pilitary, and third base coach Phil Nevin. This is to kind of revamp the coaching staff. The only coaches that we know will be returning for the 2022 season are those involved with the pitching development, such as Matt Blake, who have really revamped and turned around the pitching staff. And the Yankees really like what they have done with the pitching staff. I love what they've done with the pitching staff. Most Yankee fans who know the game will tell you that the Yankees pitching coaching has been phenomenal this season. And so I do expect that those guys keep their jobs, and I think it's general consensus from all sources that those guys will be staying, hopefully for a very long time. As for Aaron Boone, his future is a little more uncertain now with the revamped coaching staff, not because the Yankees don't want to bring him back, but there's an actual discussion to be had with Aaron Boone about whether he wants to return with a coaching staff that he does not get to pick. The Yankees will be picking his coaching staff. Obviously, they'll pick people that Boone feels like he can work with, but Boone is not going to be the one making these decisions. He actually wasn't the one who fired Phil Nevin. That was Brian Cashman. So, it's a little bit of a rift between manager and front office. That could create some problems. Maybe Boone doesn't want to stay. Maybe Boone doesn't agree with the organization's where they're going. But either way, I do think that Boone still comes back. I think he overall cares more about having a managerial job, I would think, and having a better coaching staff around him. Whether he agrees with said coaching staff or not, he will have a better coaching staff around him. His decision making will get better just by that, and he will look better because the players will play better. That's going to change a lot of things, and I'm really excited to see who they hire. But this definitely does bring up questions about Boone, just because there have been reports that Boone really liked Nevin. And if Boone really liked Nevin, then, that changes things. As for options for the hitting coach, there are some internal options you can look at. That is something we'll talk about in another video. Hopefully, I can get a video out Friday, because I do want to talk about one of the internal options, because I really, really think they are a great option to at least have in the hitting department at the major league level. But we'll see with the hitting coach. Don't expect someone like a big name like Curtis Granderson, Carlos Beltran, any of those guys. Expect it to be someone from this, Matt Blake, Sam Bride, kind of camp, where it's driveline guys or just big analytics guys, so that they can revamp the entire development and system, and so the Yankees can have a better hitting development system, and they can, get higher percentile outcomes from their hitters, and that should help the team. Kind of like how Matt Blake has really turned around the pitching staff, you hope someone can come in and turn around the hitting staff. And look, these decisions ultimately won't matter if the Yankees don't go big and go home in the off season. There are some rumblings about Matt Olson, and I think those rumblings will only get louder as the off season begins, with the World Series concluding. I don't expect the Yankees to make any moves, and I don't think you're allowed to make any moves until the conclusion of the World Series. So Yankees are probably just in preliminary talks with the team that's also eliminated. But again, that's for the off season. We're so young into this offseason. There's no way to know anything. But what I can tell you right now is that there are changes being made in the coaching staff. The Yankees will be assessing Aaron Boone and whether he likes or doesn't like the idea of working with a new coaching staff. And we will have more news in the offseason about who gets hired. But with that being said, that'll wrap up today's video. If you guys like what I do, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ryan out.